I will give it my best shot. I will try. I can certainly draw what I think of as a dream organization. Now, most people, if you ask them to draw an organization, they're going to draw something that looks like this. You know, the old familiar lines and boxes and the pyramid. Challenge is that in that sort of organization, most people don't have much power and authority, and they know it. And so they're really not bringing the best of themselves to work. Also, a hierarchical organization is not going to really succeed in a networked world. So I want to look at an organization that looks more like this, where, you know, it is a network where people are connected to each other, where the particular people that are part of any conversation depends not on where you sit in the hierarchy, but where you add value. You know, I go into organizations that are very flat, that are very networked. It doesn't mean that some people don't have more influence and authority than others. If you think about the web, more people follow their blogs or their Instagram account. And I think that's how power should be in our organizations. Power should flow through to people who add a lot of value, who are great natural leaders, who know how to energize people, and power should flow away from people who don't know how to do that. And the only way of really building that organization is something that looks much more like a network. The good news is there are now some large and complex companies where this is true. They are built on web-centric principles of openness, meritocracy, disaggregation. I mean, think about it. The web is the most adaptable, most complex, most innovative things that human beings have ever built, and it doesn't look like this, it looks like this. This is what our organizations must look like as well. The first step is, you still have the old hierarchy, but the first step is to start to build some online communities of passion. So post some problems online. How do we reduce our carbon footprint? How do we win new customers? How do we encourage entrepreneurship? Whatever the issue is, post that online and have a broad conversation, and you will start to see who are the natural leaders, who have the really good ideas. The Mexican cement company Cemex started something just like that about a decade ago. They now have hundreds of online communities, and that's really how the company is managed more and more. So you don't jump here all at once, but you get here by just building some online communities where people can come together to solve problems irrespective of their former roles, irrespective of their formal power, and you start to see who really adds value, who can bring people around them, and who can't. This is really, yes, this is humanocracy, and it certainly doesn't mean that everybody is equal. It's quite, in some ways, it's quite a tough environment in which to work, because you can't hide behind the boss and, you know, well, she asked me to do it, and your performance is very visible to all of your peers. So it's stressful, it challenges you, but in a good way, in a way that helps you succeed and build your skills, rather than kind of beating up against a boss who doesn't care about you or has hemmed your contribution in. And if you think about it, this is how every startup works, right? In a little startup, the roles are very flexible. People migrate to where they can add value. People who don't add value don't last very long. There's very little hierarchy. And communication happens with everybody having a beer on a Friday afternoon. The challenge is, how do you scale that up to big organizations? And you see companies like Hire in China, Cemex, a few others starting to do it, and this is my hope for the future of management.